You know the feeling, right? You're scrolling online, you see a video of someone just completely losing it, laughing their head off, and you can't help it. A smile just spreads across your face. You might even laugh out loud. You don't even know what the joke is. So what's going on there? Why does hearing someone else laugh feel like a command you just can't ignore?
Well, the answer is pretty wild. It turns out that involuntary smile is part of a system that's so old, so deeply wired into our brains, you could almost call it a biological glitch. And today, we're going to break down exactly what that means. Okay, first things first. Laughter isn't really about humor. I know, that sounds weird, but get this. Studies show that you are 30 times more likely to laugh when you're with other people than when you're all by yourself. That's a huge difference, and it tells us that laughter is first and foremost a social tool. So how does this social tool actually work its magic on us? Well, it all starts with some pretty incredible wiring inside our heads. Let's dive into your brain's very own copycat mechanism, the mirror neuron system. Mirror neurons are just amazing. They're the reason you physically cringe when you see an athlete take a hard fall, or why your mouth might start watering just from watching someone else bite into a super sour lemon. They basically bridge the gap between me and you by letting your brain try on what another person is experiencing.
The best way to think about it is like a game of Simon Says that's constantly running in the background of your brain, completely automatically. You don't decide to play. When you see or hear an action, like a laugh, your mirror neurons fire up and tell your own body, hey, I know that, I know how to do that, all before you've had a single conscious thought about it. So here's the play-by-play, happening in milliseconds. The sound of a laugh hits your ears. Instantly, a part of your brain called the premotor cortex lights up. This is the area that gets your muscles ready for action. Your facial muscles then get the signal and essentially rehearse the shape of a laugh. The key thing to realize here is that this isn't a choice. It's a deep neurological reflex. Okay, but why? Why do we have this built-in copycat system specifically for laughter? What was its original job? To get that, we have to rewind the clock way back to something called the play signal theory. And this is just so critical to understand. Before we had complex language to say things like, hey, I'm a friend, or don't worry, it's safe, we had to rely on other signals. And laughter? Well, it was one of the most powerful and universal messages our ancestors had. This really gets to the heart of it. Just imagine our early ancestors play fighting or wrestling. How do you let the other person know that this isn't a real attack, that you're just playing? You laugh. Laughter became the unmistakable sound that separated real aggression from play. It turned a potential threat into a signal of safety and a moment of danger into a chance for bond. And when that signal is contagious, its power just explodes. One person laughs, broadcasting to the whole group. We're all good. Everything is safe. Then, thanks to those mirror neurons, it spreads like wildfire. It's basically a group-wide emergency broadcast system for saying, stand down, we're safe. So this ancient system is all about making us feel safe and connected. But, wherever there's a system, someone's going to figure out how to hack it. Which brings us to a really modern example, the sitcom's secret weapon. Come on, we've all been there. You're watching an old show, a mediocre joke lands, and then you hear that wave of canned laughter. You roll your eyes, you know it's fake, you know it's cheesy. So why on earth does it still make the joke feel just a tiny bit funnier? It's because the show's producers are hacking your biology. Your ancient primitive brain, the part that evolved to keep you safe in a tribe, doesn't really care if the laughter is authentic. It just hears the sound of a group being happy and safe. Your mirror neurons kick in on cue. Your brain gets a little taste of that "we're all safe" signal, and you are biologically tricked into feeling included. So we've got the neural wiring, and we've got the deep evolutionary purpose. But there's one more piece to the puzzle that makes laughter so powerful for us as social animals, and that's the chemical reward, the endorphin effect.
A good, hard belly laugh is, quite literally, an internal workout. It's this series of intense, rapid contractions of your diaphragm, your abs, and your chest muscles. And all that physical exertion triggers your brain to release endorphins, your body's own natural feel-good chemicals. It's the same stuff you get from a good run.
And here's the magic. When a whole group of people laugh together, you are all getting that endorphin rush at the exact same time. This shared chemical experience is what scientists call social glue. It is a powerful neurochemical process that literally forges bonds between people, creating real feelings of trust and connection. So let's circle all the way back to the beginning. We called contagious laughter a glitch because it feels so automatic, so outside of our control. But when you see how it all works, as an ancient safety signal, a powerful bonding tool, and a chemical reward system, it starts to look less like a bug
And maybe, just maybe, more like our single most important feature.
So I want you to think about it for a second. Who in your life has that one-of-a-kind laugh? The one you could pick out of 100 people in a crowded room. That sound isn't just a noise. It's a safety signal. It's an invitation to connect. It's a trigger for a chemical reaction that makes everyone around them feel good. Go ahead, share this with them. Let them know how powerful their laugh really is.